Hey guys, David here, and welcome to Digital Outlook. Guys, big day today for XRP. We have gotten some information, guys, that the OCC has not yet approved Ripple's banking license, but that it is on the table for sure. I'm going to drop some articles right down in here. But one of the major deals about this, guys, and a lot of people are thinking that this is going to get approved right when they open up. When the government shutdown's over, these things are going to come down. And why is this such a big deal? Well, of course, this gives Ripple not just access to operate under a federal banking charter, of course, which gives them the ability to custody, lend, do business-to-business transactions as a federally chartered bank, but it gives them access, guys, to the Federal Reserve services such as FedWire and FedNow. Now, you think about that right there. We know that FedNow right now is working with distributed ledger technology to satisfy that instantaneous settlement. Well, you're talking about the organization that has literally helped, develop and expand the XRP ledger, where you had David Schwartz, one of the architects of the XRP ledger, the chief technical officer over there at Ripple. Are you connecting any dots here, guys, of what could potentially happen? It is going to be monumental when you watch Ripple, actually a $16 billion unicorn, obtain that banking license. And of course, that's why all the other, banks went out there, remember, and they were opposing, don't do it, because they realize they don't have a hope of competing with this kind of technology and how fast Ripple can offer these services to its institutional clients. And why do you think that Ripple went out there and made a $1 billion purchase to get their hands on G Treasury, guys? Well, because G Treasury puts through hundreds of billions of dollars a year of business-to-business corporate cross-border transfers. That's why. And now you can see the connection for that banking license. And I think it's going to be huge. Now, something else that is going to be also coming out, a lot of folks are believing, once the government starts opening up, is, of course, the approval of these XRP exchange-traded funds. Now, we know the Canadian Capital went out there. They refiled their S1 so that by November 13th, that thing can go live. And I think a lot of these other ones, when the SEC comes back, they're going to get approved. Bang, bang, bang. Now, guys, there are, I think, something like almost 20 different XRP exchange-traded fund applications out there. About 7 or 8 of those are spot, where they're having to hold that underlying asset. And think about this. You've got all the SPACs out there. They're buying up all the XRP, billion, 200 million, 500 million, all this kind of stuff. You got all the ETFs that are going to have to require it as spot. And guys, I think we could see a supply crunch. Absolutely, for sure. Because the amount that's available on OTC has been dwindling. And they're going to have to come to the open market for it. And when that happens, guys, the demand that is going to literally send XRP into the stratosphere is going to be wild. I don't think a lot of people are really going to be able to digest it, because I think it's going to happen so fast. It's going to blow their ever-loving minds. And a lot of TA guys out there right now are saying, hey, Ripple is right on the threshold of another wave up to the upside, another major move to the upside. And they're saying it because, hey, they are marrying this. Remember, they're taking a look into the future, but they got to take a look into the past. And that's what they're analyzing. And what they've seen in the patterns in the past with a lot of these various, fractals that they're using, guys, they're saying, hey, XRP, it's ready to fly. Bullish divergence in the RSI, that relative strength index, showing them that that's what's coming. I'll put a few of those articles right down in here. You can read this for yourself. And for Judy and I, of course, our conviction's been rock solid. And it wouldn't really matter what these TA guys are saying in a lot of ways, because for us, it's the long-term view. Like I say, when in doubt, you zoom out and you see what's coming down the pike, and you start to recognize all this stuff, the fear and the uncertainty and the doubt, all the psychological games that are being played right now in this ecosystem are truly mind-bending. I've been in it, guys, now almost 6 years, from March of 2020. And I'm going to tell you, I have never seen such an amount of FUD being thrown into the marketplace as what we have right now. It is off the scale. But what's really wild is the fact that the FUD doesn't even line up with the fundamentals. The fundamentals are screaming opportunity. At least that's how we're interpreting it. It's our 100% biased opinion, but we're not the only one that has it. And that's where you go out there and get that research. And I'll tell you what, guys, you're going to want to have it, because when it moves so lightning fast you can't even digest it. Judy and I sat there and watched assets literally do hundreds of percent in a day. Now, I know it sounds crazy. It doesn't even make common sense that that would happen. But the guys, the frenzy is so phenomenal. And you think of XRP, it has been a coiled spring for such a long time, been held back, held back, held back. Well, when they let this thing fly, I think it's going to fly so powerfully that most people, even those that already hold it, are probably not even going to be able to digest it. It's going to be that big. And I'll tell you what, earlier today, I had told people we opened up our coaching for November 11th, 12th, and 13th. And guys, we have practically, I think we have maybe half of that left. If it's something that interests you and you want to be able to identify the psychology of this market and have that work in your favor and absolutely learn about some techniques that can really benefit you in this space, and with the focus of balancing your portfolio towards the achievement of your goals, guys, you visit me right there at thedigitaloutlook.com. Get yourself on the calendar, because I'll tell you what, you are going to want to have a plan in place that is rock solid when this thing truly fires off, because they're kicking the tires, guys. They're lighting the fires. You can literally feel it in the atmosphere. Something big is coming, and it's coming a whole lot faster than what most people think. I'll tell you what, and guys, I want you to make it. I want to get there, that's for sure. Judy and I have got our plan. We want to get there, but I'll tell you what, we want to take as many of you with us as we possibly can. And guys, we've already done it. We have been coaching people from 2022. I've had them reach out to me and say, David, thank you so much, because we acted upon the information that we got through your coaching. And as a result of that disciplined approach, we've literally seen our lives transform. Some of those folks, guys, literally have turned themselves into millionaires. And you heard me right, turned themselves into it. I didn't turn them into that. They did, with the information that they were able to employ. And guys, we had it happen in our own lives. So it is still possible for people in this space to watch their lives change, truly, to be sure. But you've got to get out there and really dig that up and build up that confidence right here on the inside. Don't take my word for it. I've told you that so many times, because if I can talk you into it, someone else can go ahead and talk you out of it, can't they? The answers you find for yourself are the ones you genuinely trust the most. And I'll tell you, I couldn't be more excited for where we're going in this space. And I am looking so forward to seeing so many of you crossing that finish line right alongside of us. I'll tell you what. And so, guys, until tomorrow, when we're going to have an amazing Saturday question and answer, have a fabulous one and take care.